It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
I don't hear you, Ty. I don't hear you.
You hear me now?
Now I hear you.
Okay.
Now I hear you.
All right, boom. Ain't working though. It's not my audio.
It went out again. It went out again. Good morning, everybody. Please post your questions as well as if you want to get your property comped, put it in the chat and we will get those comped. Welcome to the live. If you have any properties that you want to get comped this morning, please post those in the actual chat. Hello. Welcome, Dave. Welcome, Marlon. I see you guys. If you have any properties that you want to get comped, as Ty's trying to get his audio back up. Yeah, Diamond on Instagram, if you could put that property address, yeah, you could DM me that as well as put it in the chat. Either way is fine. And also, Elise Real Estate, any city in the continental U.S. So any city in the continental U.S. We can comp. And Mr. Packham up. Once Ty gets his audio corrected, I'll have him answer that question for you about land.
It'll help if I had it on.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll help. You know what I'm saying? like amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. I was just telling everybody that somebody asked about what cities we comp in. You probably could hear me though, but said any city in the continental U.S.
Okay. What we got? All right. Okay, I look mighty dark or something outside of what I should. Okay. All right, we're in here.
All right.
And they have the on button on the whatever they call it.
That's always a good one, you know.
Yeah, that'll help. It's an amazing option on the device.
On, okay.
Yeah, amazing option. So we are here. I got this little teleprompter thing, right? So you got I've been at it. Like they may have noticed that I'm always looking down because you know, I'm looking down at my laptop. I ain't big time like my boy where he looked at his shit, you know, his screen and stuff, you know. So he looking up, but it's still looking more toward me just looking down. So I figured if I connect this to the iPad, I could put it up on the it got a little base on the teleprompter that I use, where you put your iPad on there and it'll show the text, but it also will mirror whatever. So it's mirroring us. You know what I'm saying? So, so now I can just look instead of having to look down at you or what, I can look just straight ahead into the camera,
nice.
and it looks like I'm looking straight ahead in the camera.
Right.
But I see you. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Okay.
So
you use a teleprompter for the other videos when you're doing the other videos?
Rarely, rarely. Rarely, you know. So, but I've been starting to use it more recently on the stuff that I've been creating. And like the promo stuff that we do, like for Facebook to sell courses and all that stuff, you know, they send me a long script, and so I had to continue to look down there.
right.
So you say, I know what? Now there's a better way of doing this.
There's a better way. There's a better way. Yeah.
So I had the teleprompter for about a year or so, maybe. Longer. But I hadn't used it a lot. But I just started using it like last week, and when I did an interview with OG Kindheart Saturday. I just got to get it edited. And so that's the first time I used it while I was interviewing somebody. Because before, and I still would have to catch myself, I would just be looking in the camera but not looking at them. So it looks like I'm looking at them. Now you'll probably see older videos where I'm looking down because I'm looking at them, but in the camera,
because it's down here at your laptop.
Because my eyes are down, so outside of what they normally are anyway. But so anyway, that might be too much information, but anyway, so here we are. All right, so we piled in here, and so what we doing, Tori? What? Why are we here? So
why are we here? We are comping properties today, and answering questions as well.
Yeah, we're answering questions as well. And yeah, guys, we got to build that community up where you all can get help. You know, within reason. I ain't finna just walk through a whole deal or whatever, because that could be time consuming. But we're in there helping each other. But main thing, I created the group for the comp to help comp properties, because I can do that in a couple of minutes, and I can knock out a few of them at one time. Now you can do it here on the live, but sometimes you need it faster than between today and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Friday, or Friday to Monday, or whatever. You know, you may need some done. Not saying I'll do it that fast, but it's a strong possibility that I will, or whatever. So normally what I've started, I was doing a lot of videos, but I had a little more time consuming. So now I just start doing screenshots with a small explanation. I'll just screenshot Zomps and, you know, the number that they're paying, and then I'll explain what you probably need to pay or whatever. So to access the group of your texts, push the 205-964-5243. It's a Telegram group, called Telegram, similar to WhatsApp, but Telegram makes it very easy to just go back and forth or whatever, send documents, videos, just all kind of stuff or whatever. To me, it's just easier to access me, number one, and for me to access you guys, and, you know, be able to network and help each other. So just text the word push to 205-964-5243, and we in the game.
All right. Well, the first person that was on here was Mr. Packham, and he had a question. I guess a statement and a question. I've been following you lately, and you got my attention. I want to learn to flip land. My only problem is knowing exactly what to say to sellers and buyers and having the correct contracts.
Well, actually, I think in that group, I have another group. If you text the word ball, you can, I think that's the key word. If you text the word ball, BALL, that'll take you over to the Telegram group where you can access the script and the script for land and multifamily, actually. But it's more catered to people that own Zillow, though. But I'll add the other one in there because that's a warm lead script, the opening statement. And I'll send you, I'll add in there the code lead script also.
All right. And then Huncho coming from Instagram, put in a property address.
Okay. All right. So what's the address?
It's a 1710 Pitt Street in Greenville, North Carolina.
All right. Greenville, North Carolina. North Carolina. Pitt?
Yes.
Oh no. Let me see. 1710.
Yes.
I said 1718. I seen 1712. What's the square footage of this house? If he knows.
Okay.
That'll help. But I can go and still do what I need to do.
I see it on Google, but it looks like it's land.
Yeah, is it supposed to be land or is it a house?
That person didn't say. So
all right, let's come back to that one before we dive too deep into it. Let's come back to that. Let them,
all right, we'll go to Lisa Etheridge. I have a question. Is the assignment fee added to the end buyer purchase?
The assignment fee is, your end buyer, quote unquote, is going to pay the assignment fee. They're going to pay the actual assignment fee. But the way I do it is I forgot I could look for it. I could use I use the contract with the seller, contract with the buyer, right? That's how I go about doing it. Use the contract with the seller, contract with the buyer.
All right.
And I'm gonna send it. Now, you guys on Telegram, you may get a couple of dings here, but you'll be all right. I'm sending out that we're live right now. Well, if you're on here already, well, let me set it up. But go ahead though. Did I answer that right? Got too much going on right here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
About the assignment fee. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am Diamond asks, is Zumps a way to comp deals? And then after that person asks, real estate say, answered Diamond that said, use MLS to comp. That's going to be the best tool to use.
What?
The MLS.
Zomps is pulling. I got a little secret for you. I don't know what the percentage is, but the majority of the properties that are listed on MLS are listed on Zillow. They'd be stupid if they didn't, because Zillow is a Google of residential real estate. Guess what? Unless it's a non-disclosure state, Zillow has what properties have sold for. So Zomps was built to take that data, all that immense data that Zillow has, and make it more wholesaler and real estate investor friendly. So most definitely you can comp there. And, both of those are currently free tools. So that makes it even better.
You mean the MLS?
No, the MLS not free. I'm talking about Zomps and
Zillow.
And Zillow, yeah.
Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Terry Hunter, because when we were doing the audio, I was saying that we can comp anything in the continental US, and it looks like Terry was asking, how do you comp in any city in the continental US? And then he also followed that question up with, more to the point, how can I do it for my virtual wholesaling?
Same thing. The internet. This wonderful thing called the internet. I wonder, and it's only an opinion, of course, and I guess it depends on what you'll relay it to. The invention of the internet, right, which is a layer on top of the invention of just communications, right? Where would you say it ranks? If we're talking about creating income, where would you think it ranks? For the average person ready to create income, what do you think it ranks?
For the internet,
Yeah.
I would say number one.
Okay.
I would say number one.
Okay.
And I want to know your answer though. I mean, you like, okay.
It would probably have to be number one
Yeah.
because of the short time you've been able to create immense
Mhm.
wealth for people.
Oh
When
yeah.
I say immense, like billions of dollars, you
Yes.
know, just immense. Well, I'm talking about in a very short time frame in some cases.
Yeah.
Like I think what Instagram was only live, maybe 2 years before Facebook bought it for whatever number they
For
bought it for.
$1 billion. Yeah. For
Yeah.
$1 billion. Yeah.
Nothing in history has existed like that.
No.
If you're talking about creating income.
No, exactly.
You know,
But AI will topple that.
I think so. Matter of fact, I know it will. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I know it will. I know it will.
I don't think people really realize what AI is going to do to our world.
Well, now some people say it's going to do this or that negative, but again, let me anything. Well, okay. So the first thing most people gonna think about, Terminator, Skynet,
Yeah.
may be possible. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But guess what? The most valuable substance to humans outside of air is probably water. But guess what? Water probably has killed more people over the course of man than anything.
Mm.
We didn't get rid of water. We can't,
Right.
But we ain't got to have AI because we exist.
Sustain,
We existed thousands
gotta
of
have
years
water.
without it.
Yeah.
But my point is, it has its good, and it definitely has it bad. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, people that didn't understand the internet before it took over. They had bad stuff to say about.
Oh yeah, same thing. It's the exact same thing. Exact same thing. Yeah,
exact same thing.
Yeah.
So.
It's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of people get rich with AI in a bad way, or it's gonna harm some people. But so does cash.
The internet is like that. I mean,
cash money is like that.
Cash money is like that.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get rid of that.
You're not gonna get rid of bad people.
Yeah, you're not gonna get rid of bad people. They're gonna take any tool bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll just use I don't know a garden tool. We'll just say a shovel. I'm pretty sure there's been some people been killed with a shovel before, and a lot of holes dug to try to hide people to put them in the ground.
I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's what's
try to pull the positive and avoid the negative.
Yeah, I think that's the overwhelming theme right now about AI, but that'll eventually go away too.
Oh, ain't no question about it. It's gonna go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people actually see what's possible with AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are correct, sir.
What'd you say?
I said you are correct, sir.
Yeah. So I have another address. Okay, this is 33 man down from YouTube, and they put in 4887 Wesley Murrells, and that's in Inlet, South Carolina.
I don't know if I'm spelling that right. Give me some help.
Okay, it is Wesley. It's 2 words.
Spell that right.
And then Murrells.
Oh, okay. There we go. I would have never got that. Not me. All right. So this is a small house, 840 square feet according to Zillow. But let's go ahead and add it and make it the target. So I got to do behind the scenes first, guys, and then I'll show you the results here because YouTube does not like for us to use one of the most valuable tools that we have right now that you can access by texting the word boss to 205-964-5243. Boss, BOSS. Now, I pulled up here in Investor Base. It doesn't have a lot of activity in this town here. It's on the water, sort of. which always can be a good thing. Only 2 results though. That ain't what I'm. Let me go back 2 years and see what we got.
All righty.
Only got a couple of more, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. We'll roll. We got 3 flips. So I'm gonna use 2 of them though, because they're on one side of the major street. That's nice. Oh, they did a good job on that. Oh wow, wow. All right, is that an apartment or a townhouse or something? Oh, I know what I need to do. My bad. I need to make sure I clear the filters, houses only, and then do what I need to do. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's a townhouse. That second one. Let me see what I got. Ooh, a little pricey. Let me see. Okay, we'll use these. I'll use them. Let me just see what we got here. All right. It's a vacant lot. Doesn't say what it is. All right, so this is a tricky one. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now. Don't have a lot of activity. Oh, what am I doing? I did the wrong thing. I didn't start recording my screen. Let me see. Well, I need to do one more thing. Let me use a couple of these here. So over 209. So over 310. I'm going to use this one too. Let me see. So for 310. Then I'm going to use this one. So over 335. All right, so now let me share my screen. So bear with me, guys. Thank you for everyone that's here tonight. You could have been doing a lot of things. You decided to be here with us. All right, so here we go here. Okay, so our target property is the one up here in the pink, I guess is the color.
Okay.
And his is a 1959 build. All of these are newer except the last one down here. The others are significantly newer. Really don't like that, but we have to go with nearest and best. And I think the last one, next to the last one here, well, the square footage on ours is very small compared to the other ones. It's just it's just a tough comp, right? And then the sales price ranges there. Let me see the price per square foot. That's all over the place. So I'm gonna get rid of this last one for sure. That's on the lower. I think these are the flips up here, but they pay so much for that one. But we averaged out to 461 price per square foot. I think we got a good balance there. So probably about 224 would be good. So with that being said, so we're going to go with just the calculator here. So that house, from what I could tell, let me see. Well, no, I didn't have it pulled up, did I? Which one was ours? Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. Couldn't see the house. Let me see. So it was 4887.
Yes.
Okay.
4887.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can
Wesley Murrows.
see a photo of it or whatever. Is this the house or?
That in there says Wesley Road. Is that the same thing? Oh,
I
it's
guess.
Murrows Inlet. Okay, that's the city. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's the city. Yeah. Let me do this. So that's South Carolina. Y'all can't see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just trying to see if that's a big lot and the house is just sitting on it, and it is. Okay. All right. I was just trying to make sure. All right. So where were we on the calculator? We're saying the suggested ARV is around 188,000 based on that square footage. Don't know the condition of it, but I'm gonna go with not livable to give max exposure here. So something like this, 188, normal 10%, that'll be right around 19,000. But we'll go with 10 grand as to be conservative. You can always change these numbers. So based on that, looks like you need to get it 90,000 and below, and try to sell it for 100 and above if you're trying to accomplish around 90 grand. I mean 10,000 on this one here. Okay.
All right. Okay, so after that, Lila Resto has a question. Can you look into this property for me to see if it's a deal? If it's a deal, how do I do a contract to purchase it? And then she gives the address.
All right. Now, before I even do this one, you want to make sure you consume the content and take advantage of it, right? Like she's asking the question about the contract. Okay, so the contract that I use and been using since 2000, I've been using the contract since 2003, been giving it away for free with detailed instructions for sellers and buyers since 2008. And so to answer your question, you go to YouTube, do a search for Flip Man and contract. You're going to see multiple videos of me filling out that contract that I give away that you can access for free online or whatever. So, but what's the address again, Tori?
Okay, it is 5652 Helen Avenue. That's in St. Louis.
52?
5652 Helen Avenue.
All right, now state of Missouri is non-disclosure, so it may not pull up any. Ain't no may in it. It's not going to pull up any in Zillow. It's not going to pull up any sold information. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go over here to PropStream, which you can access that also. Still a valuable tool because it does, investor base is good for cash buyers, but PropStream, it's like I say, the investor base may be the tires. PropStream is the entire car, but they don't specialize in tires or cash buyers. Investor base specializes in cash buyers, so that's the best way I can explain it. If I come up with a better way, I'll let you know. Trying to wait till this loads here to pull this up for her. Okay, boom. And then I'll share my screen on this. I think we'll be okay. Okay, there we go. As long as I don't show any contact information. No owner information. I'm not going to show any owner information, YouTube, AI bots, whatever you called.
Right.
Okay. All right, so we have to look at MLS, and what we'll do is we'll zoom in here, and and then we'll go from here to here to here. Why it ain't acting right? Come on, act right. That's what I don't like. That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh no. There we go. All right, so some very low sold prices in here in this area. Looks like nothing is selling above Most of these are in the 30s and below. I see a couple in the 40s and one in the 70s. So something like this, you're trying to get a house for $5,000 or less, because it's not going to be a play where they can fix and flip. In reality, it's going to have to be very cheap. So you're trying to get a lot of house like this, 5,000 or less, because the ARVs in there are so low, right? See, they paid $27,000 back for it back in 2021 or whatever. So you don't have to get it really cheap to have a chance on it, depending on, especially if it's in bad condition, 5,000. You may be able to get away with 10,000 or so if it's in livable condition, maybe 15 or something like that. But you're going to get it really cheap.
Okay, Phil W asks, Ty, what's benefits of signing purchase agreement for a buyer and seller side instead of assignment contract?
Well, the reason I do it that way, and I was taught to you want a buyer to negotiate a price and not your knowingly negotiating your assignment fee. And what I mean by that is, you got a house under contract with a seller for $100,000. You say, hey, I want a $10,000 assignment fee. So guess what the buyer is going to do? You say, hey, I want $10,000. I got under contract for $100,000. They're going to negotiate the assignment fee. They're going to say, well, I don't want to do $10,000. I'll give you $2,000 for that referral. I'll give you $2,000 or whatever. But if I present it to them like this and say my number is still $10,000 that I want to make, but I market a price of $125,000. So guess what may happen? He may say, hey, I can't do 125, but I can do 117. You just picked up another $7,000. I don't have to even go any further than that. Now, it can work the other way too. You said you wanted to make 10. He said, hey, I can only do 107. You just have to make a judgment call. But the thing is, he doesn't know what you have it under contract for. You may have that same property, instead of $100,000 having it under contract, you may have it under contract for $1. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's just best to negotiate using a price, and you do that with having 2 purchase and sales agreement, and not using an actual assignment contract. You will still get paid, or can get paid, from an assignment fee or an assignment through an assignment fee, but you want to promote a price and use purchase and sales agreement to maximize your profit opportunity.
Makes sense.
I try.
All right, I have Quan Bradley, and this is an infill lot in Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay, what's the address?
I thought we did that earlier though. 1710 Pitt Street.
Well, yeah, we didn't know if it was a lot or not, because I couldn't find it. You know, I pulled up 1712. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't, and there was a house on that. So this must be a lot here, but I'll pull it up here. Yeah, South Pitt Street.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me just see here. Does that exist in land ID?
And he also asks, do lot size matter when company land or no?
Normally, yeah. Normally. Okay, so yeah, see, Zillow wouldn't pull up that lot. But let's get into it though. I got it here. So I'm gonna zoom in. Yeah, it doesn't even pull up that lot. Okay, but that's cool. I just need to know the area that it's in. So let me share my screen here. See if this can make sense. All right, so we're in this general area right here. I think, yeah. Where did I have it? He said 1710. I think it's. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's on this. I think it's this the lot right here. So it's in this area right here. So let me zoom out. All right, and I'm gonna use the boundary truck thing. I'm glad they went back to the old thing. They must have got complaints or something. That was terrible. So let's see if this area here is gonna pull up enough data. So let me reset my filters and hit apply. So yeah, boom, a lot of activity. Let's see how much lots and land activity. Got enough. So we got some stuff right in here by it, right? So looks like these lots are pretty cheap, 4,500, 4,500. That one down here, that's almost an acre though. Can't use that. So it looks like this stuff is cheap. So stuff like this, you got to get, $500 to $1,500, something like that, when it's in a cheap area like that. So according to this.
Okay.
Boom.
Margie Richardson says, hi, Ty. Marjorie, here. My message was too long. Then she provides a property address in Maine. If you could comp, please, and wholesale info. Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. What's the address?
101 Shore, Shore Road, Cape Nedick, it says, Maine.
Okay. Yeah, we got it. We in here. Okay. So let's see. Ooh, $1 million property. All right. Let me see what says 1.7 mil. That's what's up. Excuse me. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh man. Oh, didn't pull nothing as far as oof. Okay. Didn't like that, did it? Trying to see if we have any buyers in that area. Man, I'm not sure. I'm back 2 years. Let's do 2 miles. A lot of it's in the water, though. That's probably part of the problem. 2 years, 2 miles. I mean, let's do 2 years, 1 year. 2 miles, 1 year. See if it changes. Nope. We're going to go back 3 years, see if we got anything. And then I'll go to Zillow and see what happened. Okay, so we got a couple of renter situations here. Don't show any prices, though. All right, so let's do it through Zillow, see what we got. All right, so let me share my screen. Boom. We can ride the boogie. All right, so copy. Go here. More, sir. All right. So let's zoom. So it's right in this area here. Okay, so I'm going to remove the boundary. And we're going to use, let me reset all filters. We're going to go to more. I'm assuming this is a house. Damn, I lost my place. Hey, when I do that. I don't know. Yeah. Feel it be. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So we got some good stuff here. We're just gonna go It's like this. Hit apply. Let's add up the costs. See what's happening here. Yeah. Would love to know what's the situation on that one if
They
available.
have it on the contract for.
Yeah. What price point is the seller talking about? Man. All right. So it's a 1900 build. All of these are newer. Some of them must have been okay. Damn, I thought it pulled more than that. Oh, excuse me. Definitely gonna throw this 550 out. So, like I said, there wasn't a lot of buyer activity in here. Your property is bigger than the rest of them. So, what is this average price per square foot? So I'm gonna get rid of that 348. We'll go with that. So yeah, 1.6 somewhere in there. So something like this, if livable, will change the square footage to $30 a square foot. Something like this, you're trying to make at least 100K. It apply. So 900,000 would be ideal if it's not livable. Would be ideal. You put it back out there a little over $1 million. And then if it is, not livable, okay, now, let me see. You need to be definitely below, wait a minute. Hit apply. Below 850, closer to below 840. Mm-hmm. You put it back out there around 940, 950. Hopefully that's some take us, leave us. All right. What we got?
Andrew Strickland question, Telegram. How do I add/delete contacts?
Oh, I don't. I'm not sure about that part of it.
Okay.
I'm sure there'd be videos on YouTube. Mm-hmm. That will help you with that with Telegram.
All right. Love Live Nick. Say I found a house that's abandoned. The issue is that when I look up the owner on Deal Machine, there are none, and the mailing address says Waste Management. What does that mean?
It may be. He said that what is unknown. The owner's name is unknown. Is what he's saying.
Oh, the owner. Oh, I guess on Deal Machine, and it says there are none. I guess I don't know.
I'm not sure what he means by that.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is Samantha Scales. High Flip. Does this make sense? Does it make sense to pay for skip trace? I'm using prop wire, but none of the numbers come back valid. So far, I have not gotten a hit from skip tracing. Your thoughts?
You answer your own question. If you're not getting results on what you're doing, you got to do something different. If that's free, what you're doing right now, you may want to spend a little money to make a little money in that situation. So the skip tracing source that you're using isn't producing income. That's a simple answer for you.
Mm-hmm. And Love Live, the person saying the owner's name.
What about it?
Yes, I don't understand. I don't know.
Oh, it's not.
I guess we was asking about no one is I guess what she's saying is the owners who owns it is not coming up. There are no owners.
Okay.
Somebody owns it though.
Well, yeah, somebody owns it. So I don't.
Somebody owns it.
So the source that you're using, you may have to obviously use a different source for it. But so it's sort of hard for me to answer that one.
Yeah. Does that? I mean, it doesn't automatically mean that the county owns it or something.
No. Just maybe the tool that she used. I don't know. Until you compare it to some other tools, it's hard to answer that question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, she keeps saying that there's no owners listed, but somebody owns it.
Yeah, again, it may be sometimes they make errors at the county where it may not have owners and information or whatever, but that's where you would call them to see, hey, I don't show an owner's name on this, and what's different about it or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Savvy Investments put in a property address, 5126 South Hermitage Avenue in Chicago.
Another one from Chicago, South
Mm-hmm.
Hermitage. Is it South Hermitage Avenue or street?
Avenue.
Okay. All right. So we'll add that as a target. Let's grab this address. Copy. In Chicago. Some of the best cooking. 1 mile. 1 year. Let's see what we got in Chi-Town. So again, guys, want to find buyers anywhere, know what they're paying so you can negotiate better with sellers to include your fee. Text the word BOSS to 205-964-5243. If you like this help and you want to be a part of my group community to get more help like this on identifying opportunities, text the word PUSH, PUSH to 205-964-5243. Also, all right. So got a couple of results in here, not as many as I would think in Chi-Town, but hey, let's get it. All right, so need content. Got a house for 30 and sold it for 1. Some of that bad, huh? Oh, excuse me. Oh boy. All right, I'm still building my case here, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. Oh, they got that cheap. Ew. These are all over the place, man. All right, so let me share my screen now. Okay, so yours is a 1900 build. Everything is almost 100 years old, so we're sort of good there. Got a couple of these doesn't have any prices. I mean, any what they purchased it for. Yeah, these are literally all over the place. We got the 48, 66. Ooh. Square footage on it is, it's a big house too. None of these are even the same size that that property is. This one did sell for $260 though. They bought it for 30 grand. Looks like this is the only comparable that I really just have. This one here, and I think this one, yeah, it was a brick though. Let me see what yours is. Not a brick. Okay. Excuse me. Man, it's so much bigger than ours. Trying to get a good so. Average of 118. This one here, I don't like that right there. That's not gonna work. All right, that's probably more realistic right there. But no, it can't be because that house over 260 is quite a bit smaller. It sold at $93 a square foot. No, it sold at 200 and something a square foot. It was 1,100 square foot. That's what it was. Yeah, this is probably going to be a little bit more realistic right here. This 93. So let me just make sure I just get that. So that's going to be 93. So 237, I'll be comfortable with that. That so much more. It's not enough data in here, which is odd for an area for a densely populated area like this in Chicago. Let me do it this way. Let me just scratch all of this, and then let me just do it this way. Let me see what I get out of here in Zillow. I may pull up more data. It may just not be a lot of investor activity in here. It may be the thing. So let me zoom out. So we're going to capture this area all in right in here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So remove and draw. I'm just going to do this right here. Okay. So boom. Reset the filters. Yeah, tons of activity. Houses. Let's do the last 6 months. Okay. Now let's see what we got. See if we can get a true number here. Okay, Tyrone. Okay, this one here sold. It's a 5,000 square foot, 4,000 square sold for $54 a square foot. That's sold for $140. Okay. So that's gonna be my best example there at 54 square foot. What do we add? 87. How big with this one? 1,100. Well, we did have that house that sold for quite a bit more. It was, but this is a good comparison though. Even though I don't like the year on it, I like the size of it. It's a good comparison. So that's what we're gonna roll with. All right, nah, I know that ain't right. At $54 a square foot, and then it sold for that. Nah, that ain't right either. This is tricky. This is tricky. I'm going to go back with that original number we had. We know that one house sold for $260. I'm going to have to put that at least that on it to be conservative. It's a big house, over 3,000, over 2,500 square feet. So I'm gonna go with not livable. So the repairs on it just gonna be astronomical on something like this. Even if we go with just you making 10 grand, you're gonna have to be 70 and less and put it back out there around 80 or so, or whatever. If you're trying to make more, say you were trying to make 20 grand. All right, now you're gonna have to be 60,000 or less to put it back out there at 80. So but there you go. So that's I would yeah. Mm-hmm. I would be offering what's that? Yeah. 80 or less.
59. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Love Live, the property, she was saying she didn't know who the owner is, was asking, how would you find the owner in this case? And then somebody responded to her, Kendo, said you might find the owner through the county tax assessor who is paying the taxes on the property. Or that's a question.
Yeah, the tax bill is going somewhere. So it's going to normally have a a name of an owner on there because the tax bill is going somewhere. So yeah.
All right. And Dave Darden on Facebook is saying I'm having issues as we text. The buyer is talking about the contract. Give me a minute and I'll put in the issue. Here's the issue. Okay. In the contract, it says that the unearnest money is non-refundable. The buyer is putting $10K in earnest money. When is the earnest EMD money refundable? And does that have to be listed in the contract?
No, it doesn't. It's normally understood that it could be spelled out more. I'm assuming you're using this contract for a house. We're using my contract for a house. Normally, the earnest money is refundable up until the due diligence process, whatever that is for you. Normally, now if he's uncomfortable with it, just that's not a deal breaker. Just mark it out. I wouldn't want to ruin that relationship. If the deal doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm not going to hold him to the fire or whatever. It's more about the relationship and not just that one deal. So that's something you can just omit. You have to think about it in that terms. It's not costing you anything, right? Unless somebody just tying your property up and you feel like that's a possibility. But if he can close fast or whatever on the deal, when I say fast, I mean maybe 7 to 10 days or whatever. That's don't let that be a deal breaker. Just omit it. Just mark it out.
And edit it. Okay.
Flexibility, guys. Flexibility, relationship, flexibility.
Samantha Scales states, it's Samantha from Cleveland. Are you doing one-on-one coaching or small group step-by-step coaching? I feel inundated, overwhelmed with so much info from different YouTubers.
Well, there's a lot of information out there. I find myself going down rabbit holes also, but I will also, go down a rabbit hole with one individual pretty deep too. If their style of teaching and the information that they're providing, I think I'm really getting what I want out of it. So now, I forget what her question was. What was the question?
About do you offer
coaching.
One-on-one coaching or small group?
Yeah, both actually. So the actual one-on-one coaching directly with me, yeah, I do offer that. That's at one price point. Then we have some group coaching. That's at another price point. Now, of course, the one-on-one coaching is unlimited. You have access to me like just whenever, within reason. Obviously, I have a little life I have try to pursue and a little business I pursue, but I'm not hard to reach is my point. So it just depends on how you want to go about it, and what's best going to work for you. So,
all right. And Carl Bimbury asks, "Hey Flip, I have a property that I want to see if I have a deal on. 9 units, 1.8 is the offer. Buy and hold."
Well, yeah, and then on the person about the coaching or anyone, you can just always email me, and then we can get on the phone. Once you email me, I can go into more detail. But what was
asking about he didn't put a property address. He just said it's a deal that has 9 units and offering.
That's not enough information. I know you might as well have been Charlie Brown's teacher. Want. That's not enough information. We need to know how much income is it producing, how many of those are rented, what are the monthly expenses, taxes and insurance per year, the unit mix, meaning how many 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, how are they heated and cooled, what utilities are the tenants responsible for versus the actual owner / landlord. Any recent updates or maintenance, how are they heated and cooled, age of the roof, just more factors to go into being able to analyze / underwrite a deal like that than just saying 9 units, 1.8 million. That's telling me literally nothing.
All right. And on Instagram, WCGW of Life put in multiple things, but it says, they say, I got a house here in California. Can we partner? And then they just kept asking, house in California, can we partner?
Again, just what I sort of that same answer what I just gave the other guy, that tells me nothing. You know, if it's a great deal, yeah, that's money just fell out of the sky for me. You know, but what's the price? What's the ARV? You know, we just start there with a house. You know, the apartment situation is a little bit more complicated, but with a house, what you can get it for, what's the ARV? You know, that we start there. That tell me a lot. You know, then we can go with more questions or whatever. So I ain't turning down no free money now. You know, but I, wasting time is high up there on stuff that really you can lose my attention quickly. So I tried, and that's part of the reason why we're doing this, so we can save everybody time and make money, you know, with your time, you know, so you understand what makes a deal. And now hopefully when you come in here learning this stuff, you're learning more and more to be able where you can get off my you know what I'm saying, and go do your own thing, you know. So that's the goal. I would still love to make money with you or whatever, but that's the goal or whatever. So hopefully how I'm going about it, and then Torian has to help pull me back, because when you do stuff so much, but somebody's trying to learn, you know, I don't know how good of a teacher I am, and I don't think I'm that really good or whatever, especially when I'm starting going through a deal, because in my mind, you know, I can run numbers pretty quickly. And so some stuff I may just bypass that I shouldn't bypass. But because I look at this stuff so much, you know, it's, you know, I probably know it better than I know my social security number, you know, so.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway. I think the thing is that most opportunities are not deals.
Yeah, most real estate, that's people that are willing to sell are not deals. You have to understand that deals for what we do. Let me just say that. You got to understand that off the top. You know, my little saying, I don't know, I know I came up with it. Most won't, but enough will. Meaning that you should expect when you talk to a person, they probably gonna give you the price you want. So guess what that means? You got to talk to a lot of people. So most won't, enough will. When I say enough will, you may talk to 100 actual people that want to sell, but only 3 of those are deals. So that's 97% fail rate. But that may mean 40 grand in your pocket with that fail rate. You know what I'm saying? So that's the trade-off. Most won't, but enough will. Meaning enough will to make it well worth it. But so that activity, but listen to what I just said now. You may talk to 100 people that actually want to sell, not 100 people you talk to, 100 people that actually want to sell, because you'll make a lot of calls. You can't get them on the phone, got the wrong number. They hang up in your face. They're not interested in selling. I'm only talking about the ones that want to sell. There may be 3 deals out of that. But again, it may mean 40 grand or whatever. So that's why that activity level is so important in this, right? And however you're going about it, maybe it's one particular method you're using or a combination. But that's part of the reason why I put out the video, not last Friday, but the Friday before, on being able to target, because that's more than what I'm interested in, but it also helps people. Is land and multifamily for sale by owner on Zillow. I'm really, I don't like properties that are already advertised on the internet. But in this situation, we're going through a process where if they check off one box, boom, 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 then we get to, they go into contract, then it got to come off the Zillow, because that'll be a deal breaker. You're taking our superpower away if it's already advertised to the world when we start trying to advertise it to the world. So,
but to answer that person's question is that's the reason why we need the address, to make sure that it's a deal. Of course, you like you're saying, if it's a deal, of course I want to partner with you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you never have to ask that question. You never have to ask me that question. If it's a deal, do I want to partner? But it needs to be a deal. Just because they want to sell doesn't make it a deal, right? If I get sent, I'll just use the number 10. It's more than that. 10 people send me a deal on a house now. On the self-storage, I can sort of manage that better, because we're the ones doing the negotiation. So I just can collect the information. On the hotel, motels, I can just, you just need to collect the information or whatever. We'll do the negotiating or whatever. But on houses, most people can do that, handle that. It's not a lot of brain surgery in that. You just comparing what other houses are sold for, the condition of that property, what do they want to sell it for. Boom, do the numbers work. But a lot of people don't get that. Again, that's why we're doing these lives 3 days a week outside of the normal live that we do on Thursday nights, is to try to fix that problem as much as possible. And at the same time, maybe we can filter a few deals and some partnerships also, but they need to be actual great deals or whatever. And that's the number one. That's why the title is today. And most of the titles are going to reflect that. Why 99% of new wholesalers miss killer real estate deals. That's the title for today. So that's what normally what I'll do, I'll go to ChatGPT and it'll give me a number of titles, and I'll just match different parts of the titles to create a title. You know, it's rare it gives me a title. I say, damn, that's a good one. It's normal I'm gonna take. I took it actually said why 90% on something else of investors. So I put why 99% of new wholesalers, and then on another one it says miss something killer something. Then I added miss killer real estate deal. So here we are.
But the thing is about these Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday is for you to see other people's properties, try to go over those deals, and you apply the same knowledge to your property.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, you can see, like I say, but you all have to ask questions when I'm going through this, so I make sure that I'm making sense. It ain't doing you all no good if I'm sitting up here rambling, because I already know what I'm looking for, but I may not be explaining how I'm getting to that point well enough. Now, part of our issue, I don't know if it's an issue or not, but I'm using one of the tools in the background to see the buyer activity, which is very important. But you all can access too. As I said, you can text the word boss and access the same tool. And you'll see me do a demo on it, but to 205-964-5243. But like I say, the whole purpose is I'm analyzing people's deals and you seeing that process, and hopefully you're learning where you can, do it even better than what I think I can do it. So.
Okay. Dave Darton when we was talking about she has the buyer and she wanted to edit the contract, but she had another question, which is when it says legal description on the contract, what is that? Because on that line, I ended up putting the city and state. That's my mistake.
The legal description is I don't even know how to explain what it is. Let's ask ChatGPT.
Okay.
I don't even know how to explain that. You have the address, you have a parcel or property ID, and then they have a legal description. It's more of I guess it's just a checklist of things. You have the property ID and the legal description to make sure we're talking about the same property. But let's see how it can intelligently on a certain level be explained to you.
They explain it, yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks, Shaq. If you are on here,
could you explain to us what the legal description means when it comes to real estate, and explain it on a 8th grade level?
Sure. A legal description in real estate is a detailed way of describing a piece of land or property that clearly identifies its exact location and boundaries. Think of it like a super precise map that tells you where the property is and where it starts and ends. It's written in a special language that might include measurements, directions, and specific landmarks, so there's no confusion about which property is being referred to. This description is used in official documents like deeds to make sure everyone knows exactly which piece of land is being talked about.
Yeah, so I think it explained pretty good. So normally I just leave that area blank, because it has a city and state area there already. Just leave it blank.
Just to make sure that the property is the correct one.
Yeah. Now with land, sometimes legal descriptions can be really long, and the way I have it set up, sometimes it won't keep it all. But with land, sometimes it's needed because you may not have an actual address. But normally, if you have the parcel ID, that's all you need. You don't have to put the legal description in there if you have the parcel ID and identify the right county and state. So if it doesn't have a physical address. So.
And I was just going to say, if you are finding this information helpful, go ahead, like and subscribe and share this live. Whether you're on Instagram or YouTube or whatever the case may be, or Facebook, Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep, we would appreciate it for sure.
We do appreciate it. All right, Huncho 94 put in a property address in Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right, so what's that address?
It's a 11595, and I'll spell the property. I'm sorry, the street address. It's MACALLANO.
Spell it again. I'm sorry.
Okay, MACALLANO Drive.
And what was the house number?
11595.
Okay, in Charlotte. Okay, cool. All right. So this is land.
Didn't say. Did not say.
Yeah, they need to identify what it is. Let me Google it just to make sure.
Okay.
Okay, let me go to land ID here. Some of the best cooking. All right. Okay, so it is a house. It's an interesting lot, though. Well, wait a minute. 111 is it 1595 or 11595?
11595 is what they put. 11595.
Okay, I'm showing this says cattle. Oh, okay. I guess it still could be a house though. Carolina Water Service Inc. of North Carolina. It's owned by entity. What are they trying to do here before we go down this rabbit hole? Because it seems like it's owned by Carolina Water Service Incorporated of North Carolina.
I'll let them answer.
Yeah.
So the question is, what are they trying to do with it?
Yeah, because it looks like it's owned by some type of government organization. I don't know. Well, no, that's a business entity. But what are they trying to do on it? Before we go down there. Interesting.
Okay. All right. So Love Live asked again, what is a good website to find the tax assessor? From the previous, the one that had the waste management listed for the owner of the, I guess it was land.
Mm-hmm.
So she's asking a good website to find the tax assessor.
Okay. Good website to find a tax assessor. What is it called? Golly. What is it called? Dang it. It has like all of them there. It ain't the best built site, but let me see. Let me just do this. Let me just Google. Tax assessor.
Valerie H is saying the county.
Well, yeah, you could call it a county, but sometimes tax assessor websites, contact info nationwide, tax assessor database. Let me see. You know what's free, and I don't have I don't think they even do a. Let me see.
They're saying Netroline. I don't know what that is.
What is it called? Netro. Net is net. I know what it is. It's net.
Andrew Strickland says Netroline.
Yeah. That's it. I know, yeah, it's a funny name. All right, so let me just share my screen here. That actually would be a great tool to build. But like, okay, so this is it right here. Net R Online for some reason. Interesting name. What do I know? I don't even know what that means. So what you do is go here. So you're on the site. So it's net. You see it there. It's a net R Online.
Yeah.
All right, and so you go to public record, and then you just choose the state. So we'll just choose Alabama because that's what I'm familiar with. Then you choose the county that you're targeting. You view more. So, and I got shocked a week or so ago. So you got Jefferson County. Is it up there, number one? Oh, okay. It's going left to right. Okay, Jefferson County, Birmingham. And they changed their site on me. I didn't even know it. So let me go to the actual site. Jefferson County Treasurer, Assessor. So it can either be the tax assessor or the collector. I'm gonna go to the assessor, and so now, so that's the site here.
Okay.
So
that site leads you to this.
Yeah, that site leads you to that site. So you just have to choose the state or whatever. And well, a lot of times just a Google search away in reality, whatever the name of the county. And, normally that's what it is. Just try to look for the government sites versus some advertised stuff. So
yeah, that's the first thing I would have done is just Google it. And,
yeah. Google
right.
Your friend.
Let's see here. Jordan Walker asks, do you recommend sending a contractor or a licensed inspector out to the property before finding a buyer in any case? Or do you leave all of this to the buyer?
Well, you want to, he's trying to say that he's trying to determine repairs. Do you send out an actual contractor or someone to estimate repair? You could do that. You'll wear them out at some point, because they ain't gonna keep doing it for free or even for minimum fees or whatever they want the job. So, I have a simple way that I do it, with the calculators that are available on dealyourlater.com and on Zomps. If you have Zomps downloaded as a Google Chrome extension. And but I saw this guy's video a few years back, and he had a simple way of doing it. This ain't set in stone. It's just a generalization to give you probably what'll work for you to come up with a good idea. Because if you had a house you were going to get renovated or some work done on your own house, you give 3 contractors an opportunity to give you 3 different bids. Give you bids which would be 3 different when they're going to come back all totally different. Like it may not even be close to each other or whatever. So we have just a simple way of doing it. You multiply the square footage if the house is deemed livable, and that's going to be subjective. Most, some places some people live, some people won't, vice versa. But if it's livable, $25 times the square footage. If it's not livable, $40. Now you can round that up, go down, depending on if it's in the higher end area. You may take that 25 to 30, or you may take that 40 to 50. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's just totally a rental area, lower income, you may take that 25 down to 15, right? So normally you don't have to worry about. And then if it's not livable, take that down to maybe 35. You're not going to say if it's not livable, it's not livable. You know what I'm saying? So normally the repairs going to probably be similar. So, yeah.
It's not an exact science.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Like I said, you send 3 contractors out, 3 different numbers, and they may not even be close to each other. So at the end of the day, the buyer's going to let you know. So, yeah.
And sometimes they use that to negotiate what they want to pay you for the house.
All the time. You know what I'm saying? All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Now that's the word asks, in what way will you partner? On the financing side, the rehab, and or resale side?
We partner on finding a buyer side. Once it's on the contract, we partner. We're wholesalers. That's what my information is 99.9% about. It's about wholesaling real estate, right? Because that's how I got into real estate. That's how that's still what I promote. That's what this channel is about. Now I put other stuff out here over the years, but for the most part, it's about wholesaling real estate. Being able to put deals together with no cash or credit. So for us, someone's a little shaky on the process or whatever, but they still found a deal, which that happens all the time, but they have no clue on, number one, finding a buyer, or uncomfortable, even if they didn't have a buyer, not knowing what to do, and they would walk the deal, get the deal closed. Then you can bring in someone experienced as we are. I've been doing it since 2003, so that's 21 plus years of putting deals together. So that we're going to try to provide a buyer for you. That's the value that we're attempting to do. So.
Eric, I'm sorry, I didn't say, it's not Eric, it's Edward Thames Jr. States, I reached out this past week on one of the lives asking you if you could get the info on multifamily that I wanted to partner with you on. You told me you could. I emailed you. I'm just waiting on a reply.
I got some email. I had some, well, this is not an excuse, but what happened. I intended to do a lot of that this weekend. I had some unexpected guests that soaked up my time. So I got a lot of catching up to do today. So hopefully I'll reply back, Ed. If you email me, I'll reply back today. So should be.
And Realtor Eric, actually, that person, well, Eric posted on X as well as on YouTube and asks, where do you get your leads? Do you do people? I don't know what do you do people?
What type of leads? I guess is what he's asking.
Okay.
Meaning like what type of property are you talking about? Right. So.
Okay. Oh, you want to ask him that? I thought you was making a statement. That's a question.
No, I'm asking him a question.
What type of leads? Okay.
Yeah. What type of property are you referring to?
All right. Marjorie Richardson. Hey again, Ty. I have another one in Maine, and she provides the address and then says, please comp and give wholesale info.
Okay. What's the address?
It's 30 Walt and then Kuhn, Kuhn Road. You
said 30 what?
30 Walt, WALT. The separate word KUHN.
Wait a minute. KAUHN?
After Walt.
So okay.
On road. KUHN, yeah.
All right.
Let's see here.
Yeah, they saying it's probably worth $2 million.
Nice.
So I'm going to do it like I did the other one here. So let's zoom out. So we can share the screen here. All right. So your property is in here somewhere, right? So I'm going to zoom out and let me reset all filters, apply. So now we're going to do only houses and we'll capture. We'll capture all of this in here. I didn't mean to do that. Let me remove that. I didn't want to get all down there by that water. So let's do this. Let's just stay in this area here. Boom. So there we go. So let's add these. Remember a couple of things. If you want to join the group in Telegram where you can get this done daily, text the word push. PUSH to 205-964-5243. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I need it didn't. It only added one of them. What's that? Those were land. That's land. I put in their houses. They must be coded as land. So that's a 2006. Yours is one a 2008. This sold back in June of last year, almost a year ago, Wednesday. Sold at $350 a square foot. Let's look at it. Looks all right. Okay. But their value, so they're saying the value is around 2 million. So that's what we're gonna roll with. We got one comp here, we're gonna roll with it. All right, similar in size. Okay. So this is higher end stuff. So I'm assuming that's livable. So we're gonna do 30. Hit apply. Something like this. I'm trying to make 200, 10% of that just off the top, right? So just being, so we're trying to get it around $1,000,001, somewhere in there, $1,075,000 if you want to be exact. But 1.1 million. Try to put it back out there at 1.3. That's how we rolling.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Samantha Scales, who early was talking about the one-on-one coaching,
Mm-hmm.
as well as what else did Samantha was asking about? Does it make sense to pay for skip tracing? Well, now she's posting an address. She said, I didn't put the address before, so she's providing an address. It's showing 57% equity. Are you able to tell me if it's a deal?
I'll try.
All right. And the address is 16029 Friend Maple Heights. Doesn't provide a city though.
Yeah, it doesn't provide a city on my end either. Interesting. Okay, yeah, this is weird. Okay, I did pull it up on. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have a city, but we got a zip code, so.
All
right, so let's see here. Let's see if what's the name likes it.
Oh, I get it. That is the city. Okay, it's Friend Avenue and then Maple Heights.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I was confused.
Okay.
Yeah, me jammed up too.
Confused. Okay. Okay, I guess.
Okay, this is basically Cleveland. All right, so we got some good activity in here. So let's see what we got. Let's build a case for her. All right, so we got that one. Got that one. All right, yeah, we got a good little case going here. I like that. Makes more sense. I should have got all of these on that side of the street. What am I doing? All right, hold on. Let me start this over real quick on my side here. All right, we got enough activity on the same side of the street. So boom. Let me remove all these. All right. So we're going to do that one. So that's 75. I'll do that one. That's 79. Yeah, they went in and did their thing on me. That's 60. That's 49. Yeah. Have a come back a trough. Stage left. All right, one more, and then I'll be ready for you guys. Okay, so boom. All right. Okay. So let me share my screen. Let's see here. Okay. So here's your property. Hers is a 1923 build. Some of these are newer. That's cool though, not extremely new. All right. So what we have over here, so looks pretty consistent. Most people are paying, well, it's averaging around 52% is for the percentage of ARV that they're paying. Average purchase price based on this is around, I can get rid of this 49. How big is your property? So yeah, it's quite a bit bigger. So they paid a little less for it. These are closer. This one up here for 2,400 square feet. I'll get rid of that one. So what I did, I'm trying to get rid of stuff that just, I'm trying to stay consistent in these numbers here just to make sense of this. So between 68,000 and 79,000 is a good range. The square footage between maybe 1,100 or so to 1,400. So not anything crazy, not too small, too big. And then as you see now, it really lines up. So it's 52% like I thought still. As for the percentage of ARV, and the average person price is around 70, right? Now, these houses are bigger than yours. So I would probably say on these, if I just gonna do it, I'm trying to get this property 50,000 or less, but because yours is a little smaller, I'm trying to get it 40,000 or less and maybe sell it at around 50 to 60, ideally, or whatever. But this is a good. This is how Zomps just really works, right? Like it ain't always be perfect because the data is not there. But when we got enough data, like in a city, Metro Cleveland, I think I'm right on that. And we got a lot of good data. This stuff lines up really well. You can see that every investor is paying, right around that 50 range. 52% is what the average is, right? And then the average purchase price that they're buying it for is just under 70,000, 69,600, 800. And then they're reselling them for, which really not paying attention to that, but it averaged out to 134. But you still have to take in consideration your square footage is only 960 versus all of these are above 1,100 square feet. So you're going to pay a little less for yours because it's smaller or whatever. So that's why. So, that's your number that they're willing to buy, probably reducing that by 10. So instead of 70, probably saying 60 just because of the size difference in the properties. So, you got to get your property below that number, so like I say, if you can get it around 40 or less, you're going to make some money on this. You'll be able to move it fairly quickly because there's a lot of activity in that area. Once I pulled it up over in cashbuyer.ai by, investor base, it shows just a ton of activity in there. It like works really well in situations like that. So there you go.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I guess the premise is that every time you go in, it may not have the exact same square footage on the property that you're looking at.
Yeah. See, this one was only 960. This one is 1,400 plus, 1,200 plus, 1,100 plus, 1,100 plus, 1,300 plus. So all of this data over here makes those adjustments for you, right? Because it's saying your suggested ARV is 101. Now, all of these sold for more because they're bigger though. But what Zomps does, it averages out the price per square foot. And that's how an appraiser would do it. He'll go out and compare other properties. So to make the adjustment on different sizes, why some people say, well, you never talk about bedrooms and bath. It matters, but in reality, that's more of an amenity, more of a like, hey, that's what I want or whatever. But the square footage is how you're going to measure. It matters, but the square footage is how you're going to be able to compare likes to likes when none of them are the same square footage, right? So this column right here that says PPSF, it means price per square foot. And how you arrive at that number is you take the number that it's sold for right here, which is 122, and you divide this 1,346 square feet into that number, and it gives you a price per square foot. So all of these are lined up, and then they average in this column right here, your average price per square foot. And so what happens then is Zomps has something to go by. Once you eliminate the stuff that's just way out of whack, really high, really low, really big, really small, then you're going to probably hone into a really good number here. And Zomps is going to multiply this number, your average price per square foot times your square footage, to give you a suggested ARV. Now, I added this feature a couple of weeks ago to take it a step further. Now we can also, if we pick the right properties, we can see what the average price that they're paying for these properties. And it's right around, it's $69,800. So that lets you know the wholesale off the top. With this much data, if I can get it less than that number, I can make some money.
Right.
Now, again, you still have to take in consideration all of these are bigger than yours too now. So you're going to have to you probably have to save off another 10 here. So instead of, we'll just say 70,000, they'll pay 60,000 for your property. So now how much do you want to make? So now you can go back to the seller and negotiate. Hey, I know they'll pay 60. So I need to be getting at 40, 45, 50 in order for me to make 20, 15, 10, or 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that additional column, I think, over time it'll really help people make that decision, because it just shows you the generalization here. There are other factors to go into, but you're in the ballpark if the seller is talking about anything less than this number here, which we said 10,000 off that because it's smaller, but you're in the ballpark of probably making some money, so. But that's
resell it at, because you were saying 40.
Well, so if you buy it, so this is what they'll buy it at. When I say they, meaning buyers.
Right, yeah.
So, but we're shaving 10,000 off because it's smaller than most of these on here. All of them, not most of them, all of them. So they'll buy it at 60. Now they may pay more. I'm just saying, we know they'll buy it at 60. You're going to have multiple people that'll buy it at 60 according to all this data down here. So that means you need to get it less than that. That's what a 40, I say you need to probably try to get it 40 or less. You could pay
because it's smaller than the ones that sold.
You could pay the 40 or less is because you can't pay the seller what you can sell it for.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get it less than that. So I'm using the number 40. You can use 50. You can use 55. I'm just trying to give you a range. All of those work: 40, 45, 50, 55. All of those you can make money because you can sell it at 60.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you on that. I just threw a number of 40 out there. If I know I can sell it for 60, anything I can get it less than that, I'm gonna make money. So if I get it for 45, I can sell it for $15,000 profit. 60 minus 40, 45 minus 60. 60 subtracting 45 from, that's $15,000 difference. Or if I say 52,000, 52 and 60,000, the difference is 8,000. Because I'm very comfortable that I can sell it to somebody for 60.
And also, once you get on the phone with that seller, whether they're in the ballpark or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, sir.
That's the biggest thing, yeah. Andrew Strickland made I guess a statement. Landlord, I think he's talking about repairs. Landlord $15, cosmetic $25 to $30, and then guy rehab $40 to $50. I don't know what that means. But it's just a statement.
All right. What did he say?
Landlord $15, cosmetic $25 to $30. Mm-hmm. Then the last one is guy rehab $40 to $50.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
All right. Then you have Philip says, I found a vacant residential lot, 0.244 acres, and then it provides the address. Please comp and give wholesale price if you can.
All right. Okay, what's the address?
It is 837 Brigham Road, Brigham.
What city?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
Says this is a residential lot.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what type of activity we got in there. So it's right in here. All right, so we're going to use the draw tool to identify target area. All right, let's do that. Hit apply, reset all filters, go up here to home type and lots and land. Nothing in there to compare it to. We'll add these. So now there's a ton of activity in there. I might have to do it a different way. Okay, so okay, a lot of factors matter in here. A couple of these were on near a major highway. Don't know how good of a. Look like one of these is back on the market, I think. Let me see. See, these are developed lots too. Well, I don't know if they're developed. No, I don't. No, they're not. Now up here, it's showing you the average lot size is 0.88. Ours is smaller. Normally, a smaller lot is going to have a little bit more value per acre. Price per acre.
Okay.
This is pretty much lining up the way it needs to be. They average selling it for that. And your let me see. Yeah, these are almost 4 acres. So it looks like your value is probably going to be around 100, right? So if you could probably get this lot 40, 50, you better make some money on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Holiday posted in Instagram a property address in Lakeland, Florida.
Okay.
1167 Cherry Lane.
All right. Lakeland, Florida. Okay. So all right, so let's see what we got here. See if I can build a case for this one that'll make sense. All right. So we got one flip here. They paid that. Got another flip. They paid that. Got one up here. Okay, boom. Got one more up here. 150, 180. All right, so let me share my screen here. Okay, so you all can see this. Yeah, y'all can see.
Yeah.
All right, so the year built 2021. All of this is older, so that's cool. The square foot is 1,700. It's bigger than all of those. The average price per square foot is around $214. So it's saying 364. So this, okay, so that could be justified. It looks like the average ARV in here is in the 60s. I'm going to eliminate this one here. They got a really smoking deal. You see what I mean when I start eliminating stuff? Like
Yeah,
here,
because what
63.
they paying for that house is much lower than what other people.
Yeah, so I'm going to automatically eliminate that one, right? Got a great deal on it, but we're not going to mix it up in our numbers. So we got an average ARV of 62%. Okay. Now what they pay for it on these on average is around 180. Now the one that's most similar to ours, which is a little smaller than ours, they pay 210. And so looks like if I go in here and just just change this to 62%, and hit apply. So we would probably need to be close because ours is a little bigger, closer to like 180 or so, right? Is what they'll pay now. So now
what they'll pay, what the buyer will pay.
Yeah, what the buyer will pay. All right. So now with the seller, now you have to get into backing out how much you want to make. Now, so you can do whatever you want to with this calculator from this point, right? So normally I like to do 10% of this number. So that would be like 37,000. So we'll just say 30 grand. Again, it's up to you. It's just editable. You can edit as you like. So you would say 155 or less, or 150 or less. If you're trying to accomplish 30 grand, you should be able to make that happen with this property. So there you go. Boom, just like that. Knowing is half the battle. We've been rolling, man. We got to get out.
Oh yeah, we've been rolling.
We've been rolling. So I think we had a good session today, man. You guys. So so you can continue this. Join us over on Telegram. Text the word push to 205-964-5243. Text SPY if you want to shout at me on these commercial real estate deals. Text SPY to 205-964-5243. Pre-foreclosure still a thing. Text MOVE if you need to build those lists. If you want to target those, text MOVE to 205-964-5243. What else we got? You need the script for self-storage. Text combo to 205-964-5243. Also, we'll show you how to build lists there and an opportunity to partner with us. Text combo to that number. What else we got? And they asked about coaching. So if you text city, I think they'll still send you back. If you text city to 205-964-5243, that video will explain to you how the coaching and everything works. The coaching options will work. Text city to 205-964-5243. And with that being said, so Wednesday, I guess we'll be back. And nothing else. We'll see. Thanks, Torian.
No problem.
And we'll see you guys on the FLIP SIDE.
Flip man. It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Hit that bag.